It is a wonderful treat, yes.
Thank you so much, Miss Allred. You inspire me in so many different ways, and you're one of my biggest role models.
Oh, how very kind of you. Thank you so much. Now, you had some questions written down.
Yeah.
We've had a conversation. Is there anything else you would like to ask me? You can
Yes.
ask me anything. There's only a good question. There's no bad question. You can ask me anything and everything.
Why don't Girl Scouts get as much money as Boy Scouts do?
Wow. Okay. That's a really good question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I didn't make it up.
Well, that's okay. It's a question that a lot of people should be asking because they don't get as much in the way of donations and funding as Boy Scouts do. And because they don't, they can't offer all of the many programs, options, choices to Girl Scouts that Boy Scouts have.
Yes.
And I think, this is my personal opinion, that it's because girls are not valued as much as boys. In other words, there are a lot of big corporations, businesses in other words, and also other private donors who feel very comfortable giving a lot of money to the Boy Scouts. They don't give the same amount to the Girl Scouts. So you would have to ask them, why do they think it's not as important for girls to have all of the choices that boys have? Why don't they give the same amount of money? And some of these corporations pay less to women too. It's not right. Girl Scouts should have equal funding, but more importantly, my view is there should be one organization, boys and girls integrated. Did you know that in most countries around the world, there's only one organization? Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts they're together. It's scouting. It's not by gender, right?
Yes.
So I don't think we should have scouting by race. You know, one for African Americans, one for, Latinos, one for Caucasians. And I don't think we should have separate organizations by gender. That's the way it is, though. And it needs to be challenged.
Yes.
Yes,
Just
because I
like
think
we-
if there's integration, and integration is the opposite of segregation,
Yeah.
people together, then boys will get to know girls better, and girls will get to know boys. And then the stereotypes they have about each other, that, oh, girls can only do this, boys can only do that. Once they meet somebody like you, Shayna Rose, who can do so many things and knows so much, they won't think the girls should necessarily be limited in the way they might think now because they haven't worked with them. And they'll see that they can do so many activities that maybe they didn't think girls could do, maybe they thought only boys could do. So I think they should be together. And I do think there's a lot of discrimination that takes place because they are separate.
The countries that have that must be very peaceful.
They are very peaceful. Now, there are countries that have segregated, different scouting programs like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
But we don't want to be like that, where we want to be progressive. We want to be like most countries in the world who are way ahead of us in having one scouting organization, treating boys and girls equally. So we are behind. We have a long way to go in the United States. And we should be the leaders in all of this, not like far behind treating girls as second-class citizenships.
Yeah.
With second-class citizens. So, James Thurber once said sometimes the question is more important than the answer. So I think your question was very important.
Thank you.
And I think if people keep asking that question, they'll come up with the answer that, wait a minute, maybe this isn't fair. But sometimes people, when they just follow tradition, oh, well, that's the way it's been. Okay, well, just because it's been that way doesn't mean it has to continue to be that way, right?
It can change.
It can change. So that's it. Any other questions for me? Because I'm here for you.
No.
No?
But thank you very much.
Well, you're very welcome. By the way, I went to an all-girls high school.
Oh.
Is your school co-ed?
It's both genders.
Both genders?
Yeah.
So that's co-ed, right?
Yeah.
And you attend all classes together, right? Not separate classes for girls and boys, right?
Yeah.
Because after all, why should it be separate,
Yes.
right? So good for you. Well, congratulations, and I wish you continued success in interviewing everyone.
Thank you.
And I am a good judge of people. I think you're going to go very far in life and
Thank
be
you.
very successful and continue to make your brother and your parents, Chris and Julie. Very proud of you, and I know you're going to help to make this a better world, right?
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.